So this is my latest procurement. A friend of mine gave this to me for free because the hard drive had crashed, and they didn't know how to get the operating system back on because it doesn't have a disk drive. It's supposed to be, I guess the best way to describe it is like a prehistoric netbook. Anyway, it's a Dell Latitude L400. It's about 10 years old now. It's got a 700 megahertz Pentium 3 and maxed out at 256 megabytes of RAM with a ATI Rage onboard video card with 4 megabytes of RAM. Right now it's got I think a 30 gigabyte hard drive in it. Let's see. Yeah, it's got this neat little feature. You can just pull the hard drive out the side. And there's the hard drive. Old IBM Travel Star from a Mac of a similar age. Let's see. Yeah, 30 gigabyte. It's a PATA, or parallel ATA. And apparently there are supposed to be 2 screws that go into the bottom of it, but I don't have those, so I don't care. It does not come out easily at all. So it's not like it's falling out whenever you turn the computer on the side. It's got the vents for the processor over here. The 1 USB port, 1 mic, and 1 headphone jack. A PCMCIA slot here. And like I said, there's the hard drive and a Kensington lock. This is a 12-inch version. I think there was also a 14-inch version. I'm not entirely sure though. And on the back, it's got a 10100 megabit Ethernet jack, a 56K phone modem, a VGA printer port, and this, I don't know what it is. I think it's a Dell connector for the external disk drive. I could be wrong, but it kind of looks like a mini SCSI. And here you have the power cord. It's got this funny square connector and a PS2 mouse keyboard port. This thing looks like it had a pretty hard life, although it looks like it held up pretty well considering. It performs decently. It's a little slow with that old worn out hard drive in it. I don't really know how old it is. But with Windows 2000, once it boots, it runs just fine. So I figured I'd just fire it up. The power button's a little funky. The fan's also a little bit worn out, so it rattles a little bit when it's cold. There we go, Dell. I had to use a certain method to get the operating system on it that involved taking the hard drive out, connecting it to another computer, installing DOS 7.1, and then copying the i386 folder from the Windows 2000 disk and installing it from that, booting into DOS. It worked, as you can see. There's Windows 2000 slowly booting. You can see the little hard drive light blinking away. So yeah, like I said, it looks like it's kind of had a hard life. It's not in the best of conditions. There's a little bit of wear here and here for some reason, and in the same places up here and here. The back is kind of scratched up around here. But it's solid for a 10-year-old computer. Nothing feels wobbly like my old MacBooks. The 2006 MacBook Pro had a wobbly screen after a while from being opened and closed so many times. There we go. Now Windows is starting up now. You can probably hear the hard drive crunching. And the CMOS battery is also dead. Well, that's what you get for a 10-year-old computer. And there's the Windows 2000 startup music. And there it is. Got Firefox disguised as Navigator, MIRC Tuner Studio. I actually picked this up to tune the Mega Squirt system I got down there. That's what's behind there is my fantastic dual-core AMD gaming machine. It's fantastic. I love it. Got Office 2003, which is a pain because everybody uses fucking 2007, and an EPUB reader. So yeah, it PCMCIA takes just any old parallel card slot or parallel card. Just if it has the drivers for Windows 2000, it'll work. It's a little slow. Oh, there we go. It's already connected. Ta-da! And Firefox takes a little while to load. I wish I could use Chrome on this, but those bastards at Google don't allow it. Just not supported. Gee, I wonder why. There we go, fake splash screen. Tick, 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 tick. Gosh, I could sure use the Jeopardy music right now. It'll get there eventually. There's the menu. Ah, ta-da! And there's Google. It performs fairly well. Once it gets open, it's just fine. The hell? Gmail is untrusted? This is why I don't like Firefox, among other things. Fuck you too. Let's go to Facebook then. I think that's trusted. Ta-da! There's Facebook fairly quickly. It renders nice and quickly. It's just the startup for the big non-period application. And again, Twitter. Just takes a little bit because it's not a built-in card. It has to go through a card bus. Oh, it never registered that click. There we go. Downloads the data. Freezes for a moment. Twitter must be going kind of slow right now. Anyway, just like your regular old Firefox freezes. There we go. There's a forum, really nice and fast. This basic HTML and CSS. Period applications run a lot better on it, like Office 2003. Double click there. And there you go, there's Word. Anyway, yeah, I was happy to pick this up for free, plus the cost of a... had to get a new battery because that was kaput, and I'm going to have to get a new CMOS battery. Oh, and the old fan was also completely just gone. It rattled like crazy whenever you turned it on. I mean, yeah, it's a nice little machine. It's got the Latitude, so it's a little tougher than the Inspirons from what I hear. They're more business ready and ready to be rocked around. And yeah, I like it. It's not a speed demon, but it's cheap, cheerful, and purposeful.